I know you were outraged when we first told you about schools locking kids in cell-like rooms without their parents knowing. And new tonight, we're hearing from more parents. Denver 7's Jennifer Kovaleski first broke this story and spoke exclusively to a mom who says she had to move to keep her son out of a seclusion room.
It was a horrible nightmare.
This mother asked us to conceal her family's identity to protect their privacy.
Even now, I feel like my son has residual trauma from this.
But she wants parents to hear their story.
I feel like people just really need to know that this happens. It's not just an isolated incident.
Her son was just 7 years old, a first grader attending Linton Elementary in Fort Collins, when she says they used restraint and seclusion to calm him down, putting him in a cell-like room similar to this one.
It was horrible to go through. When I heard my son describe, in his words, being put in this room and squished in the corner on the floor like a pancake.
Her son suffers from ADHD, and school records show he was put in timeout 4 times in 1 month, at times for up to an hour and a half.
I felt like the approach with my son at the school in PSD was more punish him to get him to behave.
She says the school would put him in a cell-like room similar to this one. At first, they'd leave the door open, but as soon as he acted out or tried to run away, they'd say he was getting violent and shut the door, only making the situation worse.
It's not appropriate to even have a seclusion room in an elementary school to be used on 5, 6, or 7-year-old children.
She's the second parent to say her kid was forced into seclusion by the Poudre School District.
Okay, calm down, buddy.
Don Lovejoy told us his son with disabilities has been placed in this room at Bennett Elementary more times than he can count.
If I were to do that at home, I'd be in prison.
Schools are legally allowed to use seclusion rooms, but only in an emergency when there's a threat of serious injury. But because schools aren't required to get permission from parents, there's not a whole lot they can do to prevent it from happening.
I was told that he could go to no other school in the district. It was only that school, and they could continue to do that if they deemed fit.
In this woman's case, she says things got so bad she had no choice but to move and enroll her son in the Thompson School District.
It completely upended all of our lives.
Where she says they have yet to use seclusion as an answer.
Since it was only done in this one school, in this one school district, I know that it was never necessary to be done. I want people to know so that change can happen.
Yeah, unbelievable here. And Jen, we both grew up here in Colorado. I know I had no idea that schools have these seclusion rooms.
I didn't either, and that's why I kept pushing on this issue. And I've given the Poudre School District several opportunities to be open about this, to explain their policy, and they've refused, only saying they can't talk about this case. But Ann, I'll keep pressing for answers on this one.
We know you will. All right, thank you, Jen. This